Well, I am severely wounded. Captain Rogers, why? Why did it just run up and explode? What the hell? What purpose does that serve? Who protocoled these things?
Self-destruct mechanisms. It's a wonderful thing, but can lead to injury. I have one too.
Just so I'm aware, at what threshold does yours go off?
Well, it's
kind of a surprise.
Yeah, it's kind of a my choice situation. If I don't really like you, if you anger me in any way, which is hard to do. So, but you know.
So yours is based on emotion. Was theirs based on emotion? Because I feel like he charged right up to me and blew up in my face.
You know, you've read the dictionaries and whatnot. You've heard of the jihads of the past.
I'm not quite sure how Flick would respond to that.
Marcus comes up to you guys. Marcus was uninjured in the battle. As he comes up to you guys, he looks like he's about to say something, but then all of a sudden he starts coughing and hacking up quite violently, and you see this big spurt of blood come out of his mouth and onto the ground. And as he looks up at you guys, he suddenly seems to fall unconscious to the ground.
Well, that doesn't look good.
Well done.
Marcus is alive, but he does seem to be suffering some
malfeasance,
some kind of massive internal injury. Obviously, as you can tell, him spitting up blood. You also find that he has a small piece of shrapnel that presumably came from the Protectron when it exploded that hit him.
In his chest, right?
It is in his chest, but you can tell that it is far, far too small to have caused the kind of damage that would do this to him.
But what you're saying is
it's like some Iron Man shit.
Yeah, he's going to become Iron Man. It's creeping towards his heart.
I was also thinking that same thing. I was going to say, is there a way that I can like safely remove the shrapnel or no?
I mean, you can. It'll cause some minor bleeding, but again, it is such a small piece that it is probably not from what you can tell, probably not the direct cause of whatever's killing him.
It is just the tip of the iceberg.
Just the tip.
I do think we should probably... we're next door to Canterbury Commons. Perhaps we should just bring Marcus back and leave him there to recover until we finish all of our other quests.
Later.
But as you enter, the doctor, who's just kind of working on some paperwork, looks up and says, "Oh my, what happened here?"
We're not quite sure. We just got into a little, and you know, the opponents exploded, and then this is the result. We're not quite sure what happened.
Yeah, I put him down.
All of the caps out of Marcus's pocket, which is 21, and hand him to the doctor and say, I hope this covers it. Will you take care of him until we return for this much?
I'll have to take a look and see what's wrong with him first. I mean, it's not immediately apparent.
You're right.
Why don't you wait around maybe an hour or so? Let me take a look at him, and then we'll see where we can go from there.
Later.
There's some bad news. Unfortunately, he seems to have some massive internal bleeding caused by some previous injury he took. It looked almost as if he had been through some sort of explosion or something. But it wasn't a problem until he got hit by that small piece of shrapnel. It seems to have triggered some massive internal hemorrhaging, and now he's not doing so well. Unfortunately, I don't have the facilities or the capability to perform the surgery that he'll need to properly heal.
Where must we bring him?
Anywhere else in the wasteland that might have better suited doctors or facilities.
In what of the timeline? How much time do we have? Like, could we make it to Big City, or do you think we have to go directly south to National Guard Depot?
I would say he has a few days at most.
Now, the way I see it, we could either go to Big Town like we were already planning and hope we get there within the time frame, or we could try to go to one of the Brotherhood facilities, like the National Guard Depot. If we go to Rivet City, and I pull up my Pip-Boy, the National Guard Depot is on the way to Rivet City, so we could at least, perhaps see if we could drop him off with his own kind. Although I must say, I'm not sure how comfortable I am dropping him off with the Brotherhood, given all that's transpired.
I'm sure it's fine. The Brotherhood are good people.
I don't trust it.
Also agree with you, Flick.
Alright. What's the route you guys are moving in?
I think that once we get to here... Oh, where's my thing? Get to here, and then take the purple and the red. Safest route.
Okay, well, in that case, why don't we just go all the way across here and then down?
Wait, I'm not seeing what you're saying.
If that's the case, then why don't we just go over here and do it like that? Where does it end?
If that's the case, I say we should go.
Yeah.
If that's the case, why don't you just go like that? Oh, wait a second.
That's such a good heading.
Something don't look right. Alright,
Facts.
so
Your mother likes it.
you guys have established your route, and you begin on your way. An industrial area around here.
Zoom in.
That comes to your attention.
Cars.
Do we see anything surrounding it? Any robots, feral ghouls?
Make a perception plus survival roll.
Yeah, I'll look.
Suddenly, you see a group of what appears to be raiders running in your direction. Several of them appear to be kind of wounded, and they appear to be running not exactly towards you, but away from something else.
Wait on my signal. And my signal is me shooting.
Alright, so the Psycho, who has now injected himself with Psycho,
Oh, I forgot to put that part too.
is going to look over at Flick, who has just, for some reason, decided to come up to him.
Flick is probably like, put him up, put him up.
So he takes out a large, scary-looking machete.
Ooh, is it serrated? Does it have barbed wire? Is it electric? Is it all three?
No, it's just a machete. So you just get your right leg hacked with the machete.
Don't worry, Flick has no armor.
So with that, he just hacks your fucking kneecap, and you fall prone to the ground in front of him.
In fact, the only armor I have is anti-radiation.
Good.
Yep.
So as you guys approach towards the Tacoma Industrial, you look around, you notice the bodies of several other raiders that have been apparently killed, and their bodies just left unlooted and everything just lying around on the ground. You look up, and you see blocking the sun at the very top of the building is a very large, armored, humanoid-looking person. They suddenly jump down and land about...
Jump off of a building?
Yes.
Yeah.
Landing about, I'd say 50 or so feet away from you. Holding a laser rifle, you see a individual in power armor point their laser rifle at you and saying, "Stop right where you are." And as this happens, you see the windows of the Tacoma Industrial plant, several of them break. You see a few other individuals kind of take aim. None of the other ones in power armor, just wearing like combat armor, but still holding laser rifles pointed at you. Several of the others come out of the woodwork, taking cover, all aiming their weapons at you.